welcome to Vision Insights. Today we'll be discussing few more MCQs in this management series. That is the MCQ on the most important topic of management, that is the organizing. So let's start then. First question: which of the following is not an element of delegation? Which of the following is not an element of delegation? A. Accountability. B. Authority. C. Responsibility. And D is informal organization. We know that in case of delegation, a person responsibility is delegated to the subordinate. So responsibility is there. Means and with responsibility, authority also need to be given, and obviously the accountability is also there. So all the three options, first one, are related to delegation, but the last one is informal organization, which is not a part of delegation. Next question: which of the following does not follow the principle of Scala chain? Which of the following does not follow the principle of Scala chain? A. Each employee of the organization does not know that who is his boss. B. Formal organization. C. Divisional organization. And D. Functional structure. So we can understand that scalar chain is not followed in the option 1 because each employee in the organization does not know who is his boss. Scalar chain is basically a concept where we understand that how many subordinates a manager can, I would say, supervise. So that is regarding scalar chain. In informal organization, in divisional organization, in functional structure, everywhere a scalar chain is followed. So the supervisor knows how many he has to supervise, and the subordinates also know that who is his boss. Right? Next question. Influence and power dominates in which kind of organization? Influence and power dominates in A. Informal organization. B. Formal organization. C. Divisional organization. D. Functional structure. Influence and power dominates in case of formal structure. In formal structure, we have the hierarchy. So obviously influence of the boss is there, and obviously boss is powerful, the supervisor or the manager is powerful. Right? So answer is option B, formal organization. Next question: which of the following is not formal organization? A. The position, responsibility, and accountability at each level is not defined. B. It is formed on the basis of delegation. C. Organization charts are used. And D. Absolutely non-individual. So what is not a part of formal organization? Informal organization charts are there. Obviously, it is made by the organization. The one hierarchy is there. It is formed on the basis of delegation, means delegation also happens because some task from the supervisor subordinates gets to do, right? So the first option is not is our answer, that it doesn't form the formal organization because the position, responsibility, accountability is not well defined. But in formal organization, accountability, responsibility, the position where which you are a subordinate or a manager, that is fully defined, right? So option A is correct. Next question: important principle propounded by Grekunus. So Grafkunus has propounded which principle? A. Principle of authority. C. Principle of balance. C. Principle of span of management. And D. Principle of maximum utilization of resources. Grafkunus propounded the principle of span of management. Right? How many people will be controlled by one manager? How many subordinates a one manager can, I would say, supervise? It's a span of management. Is propounded by Gracchus. He has given the formula for it. Next, in departmentation, which point is irrelevant? A. According to geographical regions. B. According to functions. C. According to quantity of goods purchased. And according D is the according to customers. So departmentation is done, right? So which is irrelevant? Which point? Departmentation happens on the basis of geographical region. Yes, east, west, north, south. Yeah. On the basis of functions like purchase function, sales function, marketing, secretarial, accounts. So functions basis, yes. And the quantity of goods purchased, no. The correct answer is here quantity of goods purchased. It's irrelevant for departmentation. According to customers, also the departmentation happens in case of banks where the retail is a separate division, corporate is a separate division, right? To the customers. Next question. Which of the following is not informal organization? A. Objectives, position, and authority clearly defined. B. These organizations are formed automatically. C. Absolutely individual. And D. Organizations are formed by mutual relations. So, which one is odd one? Not forming a part of organization. The answer is objectives, positions, authority clearly defined is the part of a formal organization. So, it's our answer A is correct. Others are forming part of informal organization. They are automatically formed. They are absolutely individual's choice. He has to join the group or not. And obviously the mutual relations between the employees. Next question. Which of the following is not objective of organization structure? A. Execute all necessary activities. B. Organization structure is wrongly built. C. Prevent undue duplication of activities. And D. To complete all activities in a coordinated manner. So, what is the objective of organization structure in the organization? To execute all necessary activities, yes. To prevent duplication of work, yes. To complete all activities in a well coordinated manner, yes. So, the our answer is organization structure is not wrong, is wrongly built. That's the answer B. Next question. Extreme of decentralization is called. Extreme decentralization is called A. Power politics. B. Autocratic leadership. C. Autonomy. And D. Departmentation. Extreme of decentralization is autocratic leadership will be there if there is an extreme of decentralization. Next question. Line organization is used in the concerns where. Where is line organization used? A. Work is routine in nature. B. Number of workers is more. C. Planning and research is necessary. D. Team spirit among the department is necessary. Line organization is a very simplest kind of organization structure, and they are basically other name for the line structure is a military kind of a structure. So where the number of workers are more. So the answer is A. Answer is B. The correct answer. Next question. Organization structure establishes relationship. A. Between various departments. B. Between various positions. C. Between various sectors. D. None of these. Basically, the organization structure establishes a relation between various positions, right, in the organization, like who is a manager, general manager, functional managers, right? And then below the subordinates are there. So answer is B. Delegation process is A. Bottom up. B. Top down. C. Horizontal. D. Diagonal. Obviously, the delegation comes from the top. Top person, the manager will be delegating the task to the subordinate. So it's top down. Next, which is very old form of organization under the following? Very old. We have already discussed this one. Hopefully, the people will give the correct answer for it. A is matrix structure. B is functional organization. C line organization, and D committee organization. Very old form of organization structure is the line organization structure. right? Very simple and very easy to understand. Line organization. Next one, delegation of authority may be effective if A, subordinates are qualified and capable, B, workload is low, C, organization has maximum staff, and D, none of these. Delegation of authority is always effective when the subordinates are qualified and they are capable to do the work which is being delegated to them. So answer is A. Functional organization is based on A, experience of persons, B, relationship among persons, C, specialization, D, none of these. Functional organization is based on specialization. So you are good at, I would say, managing finance, so you will be in a finance department where you will procure funds, right? So if you are good in accounts, you will be in an accounting department. So functional organization is always based on specialization. Principle of parity of authority and responsibility is related to A, centralization, B, span of management, C, delegation, D, authority. Obviously there should be, whenever a responsibility is given, the equal amount of authority should also be given. That's why only the task can be completed, and this is a principle of delegation. Next question, process of delegation is. So process of delegation is up to down. Fine, from up it is from top level, it is coming to the down level. Next question, matrix organization is 1A, one where a project is assigned to a subordinate, B, a monolithic functional organization, C, one which violates the principle of unity of command, and D is none of these. Matrix organization in which obviously it violates the principle of unity of command, because the subordinate will be supervised by two bosses, right? And unity of command says that only one boss should be there for one subordinate, so reporting should be done to a one manager. But here the project manager will also supervise, and the functional head is always there, right? The line head. The next one, functional organization. In functional organization, subordinates receive orders from A, one boss only, B, number of bosses, C, two boss only, D, none of these. In functional organization also same thing happens. The subordinates receive orders from number of bosses, right? The functional head will always be the his immediate boss, but the other department's head also will call him, and he has to also do the work of them as well. So number of bosses can give them orders. Next question, the obligation to carry out the task and bear the responsibility in terms of the standards established and specified is known as A, accountability, B, responsibility, C, power, D, none of these. So if you are having the obligation, so obligation, the next word is responsibility. So answer is responsibility. Next question, formal organization is one where A, relationship between employee are well defined. B, at every stage, position, responsibility, authority, accountability are clearly defined. C, authority is formalized. D, authority and responsibility are equal or equated. In case of formal organization, every stage, the position, responsibility, and authority and accountability are clearly defined. So it's the feature of the formal organization. So option is B is the correct answer. Indian Railway is an example of A, government company, A, departmental undertaking, C, private company, D, a public corporation. Indian Oil Railway is a departmental undertaking because each departments are there for different performing different tasks. Which of the following statement is true? A, authority responsibility cannot go together. Authority cannot be delegated. C. Responsibility cannot be delegated. And D. None of these. Answer for this question is responsibility cannot be delegated. When a manager is allocating one task or delegating some task to the subordinate, he will also give authority to the subordinate to complete the task, but the responsibility of the manager will still lie with him. So he has to make sure that the task is done on time and also efficiently by the subordinate. So answer is responsibility cannot be delegated. You can just delegate the authority or the task. Organization structure clearly establishes a relationships, b line of authority, superior subordinate relation, d none of these. Organization structure basically clearly defines the line of authority. Who will be commanding who will be the supervisor and who will be the subordinate. So option is b. The lack of faith and confidence of managers in subordinate is an important barrier of A. Effective communication, effective delegation, C. Effective control, D. Effective leadership. Lack of faith and confidence of the managers in subordinates is an important barrier for effective delegation. Answer is B. Organization structure represents A. Hierarchy, B. Level of authority, C. Level of responsibility, and D. None of these. We already discussed that the organization structure has a one hierarchy, right? So it represents hierarchy. And from top to down. Number of subordinates a manager can effectively handle is called. This was also discussed previously. A. Span of management. B. Managing people. C. Direction. D. None of these. So the number of subordinates a manager can effectively handle is called span of control. Fast decision making is assisted by A. Centralization of authority, B. Decentralization of authority, C. Actual use of authority, D. Misuse of authority. If you want to take the decisions fast, it should be decentralized. Decentralization of authority is the correct answer. Delegation is meaningless. A. Without planning, B. Without authority, C. Without control, D. Without motivation. Delegation is meaningless without giving the authority to the person so that he can complete the task. Oldest form of organization is what? A. Staff organization, B. Line organization, C. Both staff and line, and D. None of these. Oldest form of organization is our line organization. So, hopefully, the session on organizing MCQs was really beneficial to all. So, I really request everyone to give beautiful comments, and please, always the constructive comments are always welcome. Thank you for sparing time and having watching this session, and do please comment how you like it or not, and do share with among your friends so maximum people can get benefit of the sessions. Thank you all for today.